Mike. What day is it, Mike? It's hump day. Yes, we are halfway through our week, and welcome to After the Coffee. Now, on Monday at our Monday Morning Cup of Joe, we were talking about happiness in the workplace. How important is it? What do you think? Well, research continues to show that happiness is a key indicator of a good organizational culture. But in addition to that, people who are happy in their work are more fulfilled by the work that they do. They have higher levels of quality and productivity. They are more innovative and creative in their thinking and problem solving and decision making. And they also are happy. They work more collaboratively with their teammates. And this makes for a very cohesive work environment. Now, I did get a question from Karen, and Karen said, at what point does being happy at work become a barrier to productivity? Well, we're talking about humor and ways of creating an environment in which people can experience happiness, right? As long as what's going on doesn't disrupt our productivity, and as long as we share humor that is socially acceptable and not to the detriment of a single person, right? You can self-deprecate, but certainly we need to make sure that we maintain respect for our fellow teammates. Super, super important. And I totally understand where you're coming from, Karen. I've been in departments where people took things too far. So we have to kind of self-monitor. And again, always the leader seems to set the tone. So when the leader can, you know, take the job seriously, but take themselves lightly. If we make a mistake and it's not the end of the world, because sometimes we do as leaders feel like we're the center of the universe and we carry way too much weight on our shoulders, that's an indicator that we need to lighten up a little. Even things, or I should say, even when things seem at their worst. Now, I'm not saying make light of serious business situations, but what I'm saying is that we cannot find solutions to the challenges that we face in those circumstances by, again, like I said, holding on to that steering wheel, white knuckling the ride into the unknown, the ultimate spiral downward. No, we've got to separate ourselves from the work from the standpoint that we are not our work. And once we can separate ourselves from that reality, it frees us up to be more creative in our thinking, and we become more effective problem solvers. So I want you to keep that in mind. That is the idea behind happiness in the workplace. Research has shown, study over study over study, that teams that are happy are more fulfilled by the work that they do. They're more productive. They have higher levels of quality, on and on, like I said before. So as leaders, we need to be able to help people lighten up. Lighten up. This is not the end of the world. What can we do about the circumstances that we're in, and do it out of the love that we have for the workplace? If you've been on that team where things really hummed and you were in the groove, you were in the zone, right? You were in flow as a team. That's an incredible feeling. It's an uber incredible feeling. And so when something bumps your team off course and you lose that flow, you fight even harder to get it back because you've experienced it. You know what it's like and you know it's possible. And that's really cool. So I want you to keep that in mind. Again, my tip of the week is you can get, let's see, I mentioned Brian Regan. There's also Jim Gaffigan, who's very, very funny and clean. And at your meetings, at the end of the meeting, say, hey guys, we're just going to take 5 more minutes and you're going to show a funny video that doesn't disparage any kind of people group or anything like that. Something that's just simply funny. And you're going to change the neurochemistry of the heads of the people in the room. They're going to have, you know, endorphins just flowing, and they'll go and carry that out into the work. And this is especially important in times like these where things are very, very difficult for many businesses. So please keep that in mind. And I will see you Monday for our Monday Morning Cup of Joe. This is your hump day, and the weekend is in sight. So take the ride, do your best, do well, do great, and I will see you on Monday.